I used to work at the Nike factory store at the Ontario Mills Mall, and I used to work at the, okay, I was in the footwear department, and I liked it. I'm a shoe head, and I got to talk about shoes all day. And I'm a great salesman, too. If you came to me with a specific problem, I could tell you what shoe to buy. Now, I like my job. I've been there for about 1.5 years now, and it was a good environment. The coworkers are cool, and I got a 40% discount. Now, the only thing about that job was my attendance. See, I'd missed a couple of times before. I'd been late, and I was on my final warning. If I'd been late or called off one more time, I'd be fired. So, one Sunday morning, I wake up, I look around, and I don't know where I am. I'm on a couch, right? And so, where am I? Has that ever happened to you? You know, like you wake up, you don't know how you got there or where you are. This guy knows what I'm talking about. Now, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? You check your phone, right? See what time it is. Check your messages. So I'm checking my phone. It's 10 a.m. And as soon as I check my messages, my friend comes down the stairs. And I'm like, what happened last night? And he's like, you don't remember the party? You were drunk and you were doing the stanky leg and then you knocked out. And I'm like, I thought I dreamt that. He's like, no, you were horrible. And I was like, oh, that sounds about right. So I check my phone. The first message is from my coworker. And it's like, where the hell are you, right? With like all caps, 3 exclamation points, and like 5 question marks. I'm like, okay. And I check the next one, and it's like, you were supposed to be at work at 7. And I'm like, oh my God, it hit me. I'm 3 hours late. And then I got that, oh shit, I'm in trouble feeling like when I used to get, like when I was in school and my teacher would call my parents and I knew I was coming home to a butt whooping. So, what's the responsible thing to do at this point? You're supposed to call work, right? So then I start thinking of stories to tell them and like, what am I going to tell them? That I went ham last night and then I overslept? I can't do that. So, I get my phone, I finally get the guts to call, and then this is me. Hi, is Bev there? Okay, Bev's my boss. She's a store manager. She's good at her job. She's a real bitch. Hi, is Bev there? Oh, hi, Bev. Yeah, 3 hours late. I know. I'm on my way. So, this is what happened. I was coming from church, and I was in my friend's car, and we got rear-ended. Pause. Now, it was real bad. The police were there, and I completely forgot to call. And I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, she's not going to question me going to church. She's not going to ask about my friend. This story's bulletproof. Right? So then, after that, so I'm afraid of what she's going to tell me. And surprisingly, all she says was, are you okay? Just come to work whenever you're ready. And I'm like, oh God, it worked. Thank you. So I go home, I get ready for work, and I'm running the conversation back in my head, and I'm like, oh my God, this went too easy. I bet she wants me to go to work so she can fire me. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? So my brilliant idea was, let's get injured. I was in a car accident. Let me pretend I'm injured, right? So I get sympathy. I won't get fired. Who's gonna fire a hurt guy, right? So then I go to my door and I grab the handle and I start slamming it against my head. And then I have this bruise, right? Possibly the worst idea I've ever had in my life. And then I wanted to show that I had whiplash. So I go to the passenger seat of my car, I grab the seatbelt, and I start rubbing my neck. Raw, nasty, right? Okay, so I finally get to work. Right, I'm nervous, obviously. And then I look like shit. My head's purple, my neck is red. I go into work, and the first thing I see is my coworker, and he's like, what the happened? And right before I was about to tell him what happened, I hear the intercom. It's Bev's voice. DJ, can you please come into my office? I was like, oh God, here it comes. It all comes down to this. So, I walk into her office, I close the door behind me, we talk. 10 minutes pass, and I walk out, and even though I was 3.5 hours late for a 4-hour shift, I still had my job. Now, I'm not condoning what I did. I lied, and I tricked my boss, and I felt guilty. But I thought I did what I had to do to keep the job that I liked. And for some reason it worked. And that was the strangest day of my life.